Bless up, bless up, bless up, my sports to the bone family. Back at it again with another video. Thank you all for tuning in. So, my regular viewers and subscribers know how I like to do things. After each game or after a series, whenever we hear from the captain, I like to come and talk about it. So, we're getting 2 for 1 in this video. We're going to be taking a look at what Captain Shea Hope had to say after yesterday's game. He was mostly talking about the players. According to him, the bowling is coming together nicely. We also see where Coach Sammy spoke about the team. He touched on the bowling and he also touched on the batting. So we're going to take a look at the two interviews. Let's give a listening ear and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, let us start off with our captain, Shea Hope. So Shea Hope, he was speaking to Ian Bishop after the game. And, he was saying that the pitch was a decent one. So he thought that they could have probably gotten some more runs. According to him, at the halfway stage, they believed that, they had gotten enough and they would be able to defend it. But looking back, they probably should have gotten some more runs based on how the pitch was playing. He was saying that they didn't capitalize on the middle period when they were faced up, when they had to face some spin. And that is no surprise. I mean, Shea Hope himself is in the team to help us with that, along with Sheffield Rutherford. Both of them didn't spend any extended period of time at the wicket, so you can imagine that we definitely would have struggled there. He also spoke about the bowling. He was asked about the bowling and how things are coming along. And he said that the bowling unit is shaping up good. So that the unit is shaping up nicely because they have Akil Hussein back in the mix, who is there to help control the power play. I mean, Hussein has been very good for us over the last couple of years. So I definitely agree with that. So he's saying that Hussein is back and, he's expected to help us control the power play. And then he spoke about Alzari. Man said that Alzari is also there with his impact, with the fiery spells that he bowls in the middle there for the team, right? He said that Alzari comes in with the fiery spells. So, the man to control the power play is back. They have the man that will bowl the fiery spells. And then, they have the likes of Moti and Shepherd and the others to do some work. I don't know. I don't know, my people. He said that it's shaping up nicely. I have said this before, that sometimes you might see a team playing and you're wondering how they are not doing this or how they are not doing this particular thing. But who knows? Maybe there's a bigger picture and the players, they are given different roles to say, go and do this. Whether or not it comes off, go and do this. We want to see you doing this at this particular time. Doesn't make any sense, but we have seen people, players saying that, they received roles that they need to play. So Alzari's role might be to bowl those fiery spells in the middle and hope that something comes up. Don't make much sense, but I don't know. He went on to say that, in terms of the batting, as a team, they need to limit the dot balls, try to score off as many as they can. And, he said that it is known that we are pretty good when it comes on to power hitting. So once we're able to get the singles, run the twos, rotate the strike, then we are going to be a force to be reckoned with. I have been hearing this for forever. Right after the 2016 World Cup when we won, and transitioning out of that, when we saw where a lot of teams were starting to use anchor players, after Marlon Summers and thing, we kept on hearing that if we can rotate the strike, if we can get it right like that, we're going to be a team to be reckoned with. And that is what 2016, what are we now? 2025, and we're still hearing that, So that is what the captain is saying, my people. According to him, the aim is to go there and try and win the final game so that they can leave the tour on a high, saying that they haven't won any games. So the aim is to win the third and final one to try and walk away on a high. I don't know how high we can be after losing the series, but that is what the script is saying. Now let's turn our attention to our coach, Sammy. So Sammy was saying at the halfway stage, they thought it was enough. The runs, they thought it was enough to get what they got. Saying that the average winning score at that ground was about, is 190. And we got what? 196, I think, is what we got. So Sammy was saying that he, looking at the numbers, he figured that 196 would have been enough, seeing that 190 is usually the winning score. He was saying that we allowed the bowling to settle too much in the middle part of the game. Right, when we were batting, said that we allowed their bowlers to settle between over number 7 to 15. And that is, those overs, you can almost say they are the hardest part of the game, because it's right outside of the power play, so they can push back fielders outside the 30-yard circle. And then, that is where the spinners will come in. So guys will struggle to hit boundaries, and they will struggle to really pierce gaps. So I can understand them struggling between 7 and 15. It has always been like that. It's not a surprise, right? So Sammy was saying that, that is the thing there. And when we look at the latter stages, what Ravman Powell, Jason Holler, and Romario Shepherd did was pretty good. But, just before that, we allowed them to basically take control of the game. He was talking about between over 7 to 15, saying that we didn't score as quickly as we should have, saying that just above a runner ball is what we were scoring at, and that is not good enough. He also spoke about when we are in the field, try working with our tactics and so forth. He said that he was talking to Shea Hope and saying to him that, it's really difficult to stay behind the stump and affect the game. You understand? Saying that you can see the game well, you can see all the angles behind the stump. But in terms of trying to get your bowlers to work with the plan and stick with the plan, it's really difficult to stay behind the stump and to keep that going right throughout the game. Because, sometimes if you are captain in the team and you're not behind the stump, you can probably stand up at mid-on or mid-off and you can talk to the bowler. But we have seen other teams where the captain is behind the stump. So I am hoping that this is not the new excuse that we're searching for. I understand that when you're behind the stump, it's difficult to really run down and talk to the bowler after every delivery. But it shouldn't be the case. You should not even have to do that. You understand? You should even have to do that, because you have senior bowlers out there. This is the plan. You understand? If you want to get another senior player standing at mid-on or mid-off to keep reinforcing the plan, then you probably do that. You understand? That is why you usually have a senior bowler feeling somewhere there, so they can talk to the bowler that is. But even our senior bowlers need talking to, so I don't know. So that is what Sammy was saying, that they had the plans, but the bowlers probably didn't stick to the plan, and it's difficult for the captain to stay behind the stump and to keep pressing the plan right throughout the game. I don't know. He's our captain and he's a wicket keeper. So unless when Nicholas Pooran comes back and he takes the gloves and we have Shea Hope in the field, unless that it will be easy like that. But I've seen other teams do it all the time with their captains behind the stump. So that is what Sammy is saying, my people. He's saying that throughout the game, when we have a team on the back foot, we need to keep them on the back foot. And when we are on the front foot, we need to find a way to press on and to continue to put on the pressure. He spoke about the power play, saying that, boy, we got 55 in the power play. So, we should coming out of the power play, we should be looking to score at above 8 or 9 runs per over for the next 9 or 8 or 9 overs. But, we weren't really able to do that. And even with those guys hitting so many runs in the back end, it still ended up not being enough, is what he's saying. So, I tell my people, very, very interesting what the captain is saying about his bowling unit coming together, while we see Coach Darren Sammy saying that, it's tough when the bowlers aren't sticking to the plan and the captain is behind the stump. Let me know what y'all think, my people. Big up.